In the next video, we're going to look at pricing scenarios. So basically, we're going to create what I like to call a two-variable analysis grid to look at what you might earn under different pricing scenarios. The goal of this is to evaluate expected revenue at different price points and payouts. So you can see here, what we're looking at is units sold and what you earn on a title. So your sale price times your payout gives you what you net on that title. And then times the number of units you sell gives you what you actually take home. So for 100 sales of a 99-cent title paying 35%, you earn $34.65. For 100 sales of that same title priced at $6.99 paying 70%, you earn $489. So when you're deciding where to price, you have to think, how many more copies will I sell at this lower price? And is it going to be enough to make up for the difference in what I would receive per title per sale? So let's go ahead and build this. Once more, the instructions are in the PowerPoint for the class, but I'm just going to build it here live in Excel. So first we need units sold. We're going to center this across our scenario. And then we're just going to do a couple cosmetic changes here. So we're going to bold this. We're going to put an outer border around it. And we're going to add a fill color to indicate that this is a label. And now, even though I called this a two-variable analysis grid, there are actually more than two variables involved. So it's sale price, payout percent. Those are two of our variables from which we get our net. And then we have the different numbers of units sold. And you should put in numbers here that you think would be realistic for what you're going to sell. I do have some titles that have gone this high. I'm probably more in the range of the 100 to 250 for a lot of my titles. So this might be better, 100, 125, 150, 175, 200, for example. And these are once more labels, so we're going to bold them. And then these are the type of labels just like that one, so we're going to make those gray. And then we're going to make these blue. And then we need some scenarios. So 99 cents. And since we're going to do a couple of payouts, 99 cents, $2.99, $3.99, $4.99, $5.99, $6.99. And then we need payout percentages, so 35%, 70%. And then we need to calculate our net, which is going to be our sale price in A times our payout in B. We need to copy that down. Now, here's where the power of this grid comes in. So equals, and we use a $sign here to keep the column reference fixed. So C3. So right now that's referencing cell C3, but when we copy it, wherever we copy it, it's going to continue to reference column C, and just the row number will change. And now we want to multiply that times the number of units. So D, and then again we're going to use a $sign here, 2. Right now that is referencing cell D2, but when we copy it, the row reference is not going to change. So even when we copy it over to H9, we're still going to be referencing row 2. So let me hit enter. So that's our first value. Now watch this. I'm going to copy and paste it to all the other cells in the grid. And the wonderful thing here is that look at H9. So it is now referencing C9, which is our net for a title at $6.99, and H2, which is our quantity for column H. So you only have to write this formula once as long as you use the $signs. Now I'm just going to format these as currency real quick, and then we can put a border around it. And then we can put fill colors here to show that these are constants and not part of the calculation. Just something to distinguish our fixed values from our calculations. And there you have it. So you can look at this grid and see how payout affects profit. So here at 99 cents, clearly every sales level, if you could get 70% payout instead of 35% payout, you're going to make twice as much money for each unit sold. And also you can look at trade-offs. So say you need to earn $2,000. We can conditionally format these cells. So use a highlight cells rule greater than $2,000. And let's turn that green. Say okay. So your options are price at $2.99 and sell 1,000 copies, or price at $5.99 and sell 500 copies. So sometimes it seems like the best option is to drop your price. But especially, look down here, at 99 cents, even if you're selling 2,500 copies, you are not making as much as you would selling 1,000 copies at $2.99 because of the payout difference. So I find this to be a really good way to quickly and visually think about pricing. All right, in our next video, we're going to take the same type of grid, but we're going to look at how many titles you have and how many sales per unit you get and what that means for an overall income.